Well, why good morning. Welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, March the 9th. My name is Kat. I've got your astrological spiritual forecast and guidance going from today through Saturday, March the 15th. This week's video is entitled Time to Level Up. And the reason for our title of the video this week is we have two major energy shifts. The first is on Thursday. We have a lunar eclipse, a full moon lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse in Virgo. And then on Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you live, guess what? Our buddy Mercury goes retrograde until April 7th. So it is a great week for internal work of bringing our inner world into the outer world. And so I want to talk about this lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse is when the moon passes through the Earth's shadow on a full moon, darkening the moon to a point, especially this lunar eclipse, since it's total. During the eclipse, the moon will look red because it is so darkened by the Earth's shadow. This event happens about every 6 months. So this is a little mental note, a little note to get going for us for the next 6 months. We want to be working on letting it go, and we want to work on leveling up. And what I mean by that is this lunar eclipse, this full moon is in Virgo. The first thing I want to talk about is letting go. Virgo is all about perfectionism. It's all about judgment. It's all about criticism. And guess who our favorite person is to criticize and judge and deem unworthy? Anyone guess? It's us. It's us. So, this full moon, we have the opportunity to throw that shit out. Just throw it out. It doesn't help us. It doesn't improve us. It doesn't help us grow. All it does is keep us back. You know, Virgo is the virgin. And it's not the virgin of no sex to conceive a child. It's the virgin of coming back to our pure, true selves, our pure selves. We can't be our true selves when we inundate ourselves with unworthiness. We're not good enough. We're lacking. We are fearing. And so for the next 6 months, we are given the opportunity to start releasing this shit from us however we can. Sorry about that. It's my new microphone. Hopefully it works a little bit better. Releasing this shit as well as we can, whether we do it internally through our daily meditations, whether we talk with a mentor, a person wiser than us, maybe a minister, maybe a counselor, maybe get some therapy. But this is the time. You know, I preach about us moving into the Aquarian age, and we're seeing the gyrations in the outer world of all the chaos going on with this energy shift as things just butt against each other, clashing, trying to balance, work themselves out and come into balance again. It's going to take a little bit. Probably another 20 years we're going to go through this, but you know, we are working it out. These energies are coming in and they're, you know, it's just like within us. They're conflicting, and our job is to work on balancing and smoothing them out. And the way we begin to do that is recognizing that we are divine children of God. We are children of God. If we're a child of God, we cannot be not divine unless we're adopted. And I don't know of any story where we're adopted. So we are all divine children of God. And being children of God, we are divine, we're powerful. We create our own reality, whether consciously or not consciously. The keynote of the Soul Sister channel, life is lived from the inside out. And so it's time to step into who we truly are. I keep preaching it, but we got to do it. And so this week, especially with this lunar eclipse, we have the opportunity to level up, clean up our act, and that means body, mind, and spirit. So I'm talking to us a little bit about the spirit, right? Letting go of anything that no longer serves us, that doesn't support us in our growth, in being able to embrace and express our true selves, and us doing the work that we are passionate about, that we love. If there's anything or anyone in our lives that doesn't support that growth, they need to go. We don't have time to waste on just holding back and staying still and just being stuck. It's time to move forward. It's time to get going. So that's the spiritual side. Body. Well, let me tell you guys, this is our temple. So in the next 6 months, let's focus on the body and how we are going to bring balance and alignment to our body. If our body is not balanced and aligned, it's very difficult to house a loving spirit inside. Our focus goes to the physical, the outer world. What's wrong with this? Especially when you're old like me, there's always something going wrong. Like this, instead of looking inside to the spiritual part of ourselves. We don't have time for that because we're out trying to fix everything going on with this physical body. So in the next 6 months, we are going to develop a strategy, a plan of health. We are going to work on exercising our bodies, making sure that we're giving it the right proper foods, the right nutrients. We're going to exercise. We're going to get our sleep. And by God, you guys, we got to make sure we get our timeouts, our rest, just so we can reflect and regroup. And we're going to have lots of energy at the end of the week when Mercury goes retrograde to do that. But first, so let's get our spiritual act together with this lunar eclipse in Virgo. Let's get rid of anyone or anything that doesn't support our growth and us attaining the life of our dreams. Let's get our physical act together. Let's make sure that we are getting our rest, our exercise, the proper foods, and our self-care and time out. And back to the spiritual, make sure we're getting our meditations in, because how are we going to connect with our divine self, our child of God, if we don't quiet and center and connect and listen? The other thing is our mental bodies. Let's choose to be very conscious of our thoughts. Remember, guys, thoughts are things. Everything we think takes on a life and goes out and attracts more of the same thought and brings it back to us. No shit. This is the law of the universe. So if we want to attract positivity in our life, if we want to attract good stuff in our life, then we got to control our thoughts. And the way to do that, the way to really switch the script on our thoughts, is every time we have a negative thought about ourselves, anyone else, the world, we switch the script, flip the script, and we come up with something that we're grateful for. I don't care what it is. Or we appreciate something. So once we get into that habit, then we will naturally start thinking more positively, more growth oriented. And then you know what's going to happen. We're going to attract more positivity instead of that unworthiness that we need to let go of, instead of that lack we need to let go of, instead of that fear we need to let go of. You know, as divine children of God, we are giving anything we want or desire. Period. End of sentence. I don't care. You're all out there going, that's not true. That's not true. It is. The only reason we don't have the life of our dreams is because we get in our own way. We're getting in our own way with I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, I don't measure up, I'm afraid, I'm too weird to be who I am. And that is what's keeping us from our true selves, from what makes us happy and fulfilled. This lunar eclipse, it says, get off our butts and start working on balancing mind, body, and spirit during this next 6 months so that all three bodies support our growth and our work to manifest the life of our dreams, which is the life in which we are able to embrace and express our true selves and our work. Really amazing stuff. So that is the work of the lunar eclipse. Really working on releasing anything that no longer serves us or doesn't serve us, getting our physical body, our temple, into shape, and making sure that our thoughts are one of support, growth, love, abundance, gratitude, and get away from that unworthiness, fear, and lack. Anytime we have those thoughts, we're going to flip the script into something positive or something we're grateful for. And then on Saturday, Sunday, depending on where we live, Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury is going to be retrograde from Saturday, Sunday until April the 7th. It's in the sign of Aries. It will go back into Pisces for a little bit before it comes back direct. But going back into Aries, retrograde in Aries. Aries is me. It's my passion, my drive, just what we're talking about as far as creating the life we want. It's what makes me different from everyone else. I want to go for it. I want it regardless of anything, and sometimes I don't look at what or who is in my way to get to where I want to go. So that is Aries. It's bravery, it's passion, it's going forward. However, guess what? Mercury's retrograde. So what's going to happen is this Mercury retrograde is going to support the work that we're doing with the lunar eclipse. It's going to bring up situations and opportunities for growth when we are given the opportunity to release and let go of this bullshit that holds us back, this self-sabotage that doesn't allow us to move forward and to create the life of our dreams. And we're going to have opportunity, aka our buttons pushed or triggers set off, that will help us have that revelation. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm letting you go. I'm letting that outer world thing go because it's not helping me. I'm only doing it so that other people will think better of me or whatever. I'm so concerned about other people's opinions that I'm not being true to myself. And that is going to come up for us, and we are going to have the opportunity this week and this month until April 7th, especially when Mercury goes to direct, to start letting that shit go, from releasing us from the hold of other people's opinion by being slapped in the face with it and being able to say, what the hell? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not compromising myself just to be accepted by you. I'm not doing that anymore. So that is the week ahead. It's good stuff. We got lots of work. Have our antenna up. Be conscious. We're going to be hit with opportunities to move beyond the woundedness, the unworthiness, the fear, the lack. And as we're aware of it, we're not going to let us take these situations down into the emotional abyss of fear and lack and unworthiness. We're going to rise above it and remember who the hell we truly are. And it's time to start acting like who we truly are, divine children of God. Okay? This is our mission. not only this week, but the rest of our lives. We are divine children of God. We have got to start consciously creating the world we want, and we start by right here within ourselves this month, this week with the lunar eclipse. So great week ahead. Saturday date night. You got Mercury going retrograde, so communication could be screwed up. Oh yes, Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year. I almost forgot my little scoop on that. It retrograde means that because the planets have an elliptical orbit, sometimes it looks like they're going backwards in their orbit. That's what Mercury is doing until April 7th. It's not really going backwards, but there is an energy shift. So instead of Mercury moving forward and going out and being active, it comes back and it wants us to quiet and center, review, realign, replace, reinvent ourselves. All the remember. So we take this time to sit back and look at our lives, and especially with this lunar eclipse, being very clear of what we want to take forward with us and what we want to let go of. Now, because we in the outer world do not follow the energy cycles of the retrograde, and we continue to go on and to our daily craziness and being here, there, and everywhere, usually trying to be at the same time, what happens is the energy becomes disturbed. So we will have communication foul ups. Somebody's not going to get our emails. Somebody won't get our message. We'll forget. Our luggage will be lost. Our car might have a minor breakdown. All the things that go with communication and Mercury and travel. Look for little hiccups because we aren't honoring the energy of being quiet and centering for the next 3 weeks. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? But we can't do that. So make sure that we do that every day. I always talk about making sure we get our meditation in every day, and it's going to be really important this week. It's really important every day. It really is, to develop that relationship with our higher self. But when we do it this week, that'll give us the opportunity to come back to balance and align and become clear and understand of where we're going instead of being caught up in all this crazy chaos, which will happen if we aren't aware of the energies and what they're there for us to learn and grow from. Yeah. So the energy can be a little messy. The energy this week can be a little discordant, a little chaotic, unless we know what we're working with, and we do. So we know the purpose is to help us release shit that no longer serves us. So have a great date night on Saturday. I don't have a lot to say about it because there could be some screw ups. But we might want to just go and have a nice dinner, quiet dinner, and talk about our week. And maybe with our partner, we want to talk about some changes we want to make and how we can make our relationship a little bit better. I don't see a great crazy where we're going out with friends and all of that on Saturday. It's it's more of not an intense, intimate. It's more an intimate time on Saturday. Just really getting together and really being with each other, being honoring, being sensitive, and listening. Because we all are going to have this chaos going on in our heads this week. So our partner would really appreciate if we help balance and bring peace to our situation as well. So big stuff ahead. It's a good week. We're going to get started by becoming balanced, aligned, and connected with our higher selves. We will take our 3 deep cleansing breaths, and then we'll say our Sun in Pisces affirmation. Let's take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Let's take one more. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, all the negativity, all the toxicity, all the nastiness. It's all flowing out of our bodies, just flowing away to wherever it came from. In its place, we're being filled with this beautiful light made up of white light, love, and goodwill. Not only does it fill our entire bodies, all of them, our physical, etheric, emotional, astral, mental bodies, both higher and lower. It fills all of them. Not only does it do that, but it's deflecting all evil, all low vibration, all negativity back to its source. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher selves, we will say our Sun in Pisces affirmation. I am a spiritual being in a physical body. The light of my spirit illuminates my path. We'll say the affirmation. We'll stay in this space of white light connected with our higher selves for just 5 seconds. Let's say it together. I am a spiritual being in a physical body. The light of my spirit illuminates my path. Good work, good work. So, we want to keep this little meditation with us this week. We might want to use it every day just to remind us, I'm a spiritual being. I'm a divine child of God, okay? Let's start treating ourselves like that. Let's start treating ourselves how we deserve to be treated, not putting ourselves down and self-sabotaging ourselves. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat. I do daily inspirational oracle messages. I also like to repost very interesting, weird, quirky, thought-provoking, and beautiful memes. Remember the keynote of the Soul Sister channel, life is lived from the inside out. It's the keynote of the Soul Sister channel. It's what we're all about, learning to consciously create our reality, consciously create the life of our dreams. One more thing, I almost forgot, the Jewish festival Purim begins Thursday at sundown. So have a great week. Remember, let it go, let it go, let go of all the shit that doesn't serve us. Namaste.